Hi everybody, I'm Hector Garcia, CPA, and if you subscribe to my channel, you know I'm a big fan of QuickBooks and also ChatGPT. Now I got the notification this morning that Intuit announced that they finally have a QuickBooks connector so I can use ChatGPT to connect to my QuickBooks data and maybe analyze the data or ask ChatGPT questions about QuickBooks. So I'm super excited to actually go through the process of connecting the QuickBooks and testing it. I've never seen this before. I literally sat on this chair and said, I am going to live discover and live test this with you. So let's get right to it. So generally, to add apps, so to speak, into ChatGPT, we go into our settings, personalization or settings. We go into settings, and then in here, there should be a button that says apps. And then under apps, I should be able to click on add more and search QuickBooks in there. So I'm gonna click on add more, and then I'm gonna search QuickBooks in here. Ooh, there it is. Look at that. I'm so excited. I can't tell you, man. This is one of the most exciting moments on the past 3 years because I've been trying for so many years figure out where's the connection between these two. And by the way, I can't promise you fireworks. QuickBooks has historically been a little they fall short on brand new releases. So I'm not sure how great this is going to be. This is version 1.0.0. Okay, so we'll see. Hopefully it'll get better over time. I literally got the notification this morning, and I want to be the first one to make a video about it. I want to learn about this because my clients are going to start asking me about it. My fellow accountants are going to start asking me about it. So hopefully this video gives you a glimpse into that world. So I'm going to go ahead and click on connect, and I'm going to click on continue. Then I'm logged in already to my QuickBooks account, so I'm just going to pick which company file I want to synchronize it with, or which company file's data I want to have access to. Then click on next. And there you go. My connection is done. That's simple. Let me click on the settings to see what kind of information I have here. Okay. The only option I have here is reference, memories, and chat. So I guess I could turn that on or off. That's to reference the memories of all the chats I've done with ChatGPT, which might not be that relevant to this. And there really isn't anything else to do. And this just got connected. So that's really all we're going to do. So I'm going to click on start chat. And okay, so there's the QuickBooks logo in there. Now I'm going to click on new chat just to kind of reset to make sure that I can still access this without having to go back into the settings. So I'm going to click on this little plus icon, then go into more. Okay, then it should be there. So every app connector that I create in ChatGPT should be showing here. So I'm going to click there into a QuickBooks. And actually, I don't know what to ask it. So I'm just going to ask it what I could ask it. With this QuickBooks connector, what kind of things I can query ChatGPT to connect with my QuickBooks data? Okay, here we go. So I can do core financial statements. So I can ask for standard reports. I can do trends analysis. Okay. Industry benchmarks. That's very interesting. Okay. I can do cash flow diagnostics. Okay. I can explain this like a human. Okay, fine. And I cannot do arbitrary SQLs. Okay, fine. I cannot deep transaction manipulation. Okay. Okay. I guess it can't write information on it. It can only pull data. Let me ask it that. Can you write data into QuickBooks or only read? Okay. Oh, it can do, interesting. It can do mostly read, but it can do some write back. So what can it write? Importing data CSV style. Take transaction data, categorize it, import it into QuickBooks. Okay. That's what it's, I mean, again, ChatGPT, you have to take these things with a grain of salt. So we'll see. We'll see if it can do anything like this. Let's just start querying the data. So I'm just going to come in here in QuickBooks. I'm going to go into reports. I'm going to pull up my profit and loss. I'm going to do, let's say, last year, and we're going to do this by month. So I'm going to start very simple here. And let me collapse this so it's a little bit easier to see. And I want to see just my income. So this is my income trends. And my best month was, in terms of revenue, was August 2025. So let's ask that. let's see what happens. What was my best month in revenue last year? Let's see if we can at least do a simple task like that. Obviously, something I could do in QuickBooks with 3 or 4 clicks. I don't need ChatGPT for that. I'm just kind of doing sanity check here, just making sure this information works. Also kind of testing speed. So let's see. The speed is it's a bit slow compared to you doing things in QuickBooks, but I'm not going to fast forward or anything. Okay, so it says generate QuickBooks profit and loss report. Okay, so I have to click deny or generate report. That's a little bit annoying if I have to click that each time. So, okay, but I'm going to click on generate report. Let's see. Before we continue, what state or region is your business located in? Why? Why is that even useful? Why? Okay, let's say USA. Okay, USA. I don't know, Florida. I'm not sure why that's even relevant, but let's see. Let's have this try again. I'm not fast forwarding any of these. I'm trying to show you in real time the speed, right? Because that's going to be part of the problem, right? If it takes longer than doing it in QuickBooks, then okay, again, generate profit and loss. Let's see. Okay, so but that's not what I asked it. I didn't ask it for profit and loss. I asked which month was better. Okay, the report I just pulled is annual, not monthly. Okay, all right, then do it. Then pull the data that you need. Why is this so dumb? Let me click on view details. Oh, okay, cool. So it does pull a P&L. I like it. I love it. But I need that. Pull the monthly data so you can answer my initial question. Okay, let's see. Again, I'm not fast forwarding any of this. Okay, generate report. Okay, I think it's still thinking. I don't know what's going on. X out of this. Okay. I did rerun the report group by month. The blocker is even though you can visually see the columns, the connector doesn't path month-to-month revenue in structured data. Okay. You are dumb. Okay. Try pulling the revenue for 12 months separately and then figure it out from there. Okay, this thing's actually telling me to go back into QuickBooks and get the data. The heck is the point? Okay, let's have this thing try again. Okay, so it's probably gonna have to generate each report during January, and then I have to wait, and then go to the next one. Okay, wow, wow, yeah, this is really dumb. Okay, this is kind of useless. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm having a tough time understanding how this connector is useful. What kind of data is useful for me to pull in ChatGPT that I couldn't get over QuickBooks? It's not getting new data. It wouldn't just run in QuickBooks. Dumb. Okay. I don't get what the point of this app is. Just a bunch of fluff. Um, let's see. Let me ask it. Which of my expenses seem high for last month? Let's see if you can answer that. Okay. This part just drives me crazy. The fact that I had to click on generate report each time. Okay. Okay, so I pull up last month's numbers. And my biggest expense was depreciation expense. Okay, I guess. Secondary was insurance. Okay. Um, let's see. Who did I pay insurance to? I wonder if we can get transaction level detail data. Or it can't. It can't get the transaction detail data. Okay. Not fun, people. Not fun. Um. Okay. Okay. A lot of fluff. A lot of fluff. This is not useful for me. Um. Try doing something else. Let me start over here. New chat. Let me go in my settings. Let me go into personalization. Let's have this thing be efficient. No warm, no enthusiastic, no headers, no emojis. Be brief and to the point. See if I change my settings a little bit on how I want these answers. Let's have it not reference the memories. Let's go to save. And let's see if it's a little bit more useful now. Let's go back into our QuickBooks connector. Go, help me find opportunities for growth. I don't know, just generic question. I'm not sure if you could even answer that. Okay. This is our personal opportunities for growth. I meant in QuickBooks. I meant through the financial statements of my QuickBooks file. Okay, let's see. Okay, bunch of fluff. Show me the numbers. Oh my God, people. Do an analysis in my numbers and tell me where's my opportunity for growth. Okay. Seems to only like pull this thing. Like it's this little summary thing, which is pretty cool, but it seems that's kind of where it gets stuck in. Here are some details. Let's see. This might be good. Revenue mix. Most of your income is coming from labor and materials, which is inherently capacity constrained and margin sensitive. Design income is a small portion of the total revenue, yet it typically carries the highest margin. Okay, that's good. That's useful. Show me that income analysis with the actual numbers per category. See if you can break it down for me that way. Okay, this is better. This is better. Okay, so we got 3,000 design income, 17,000 labor income, materials income. Okay, what's not clear to me, what period is this? What period is this looking at? Okay, it's looking January 1st to February 8th, year to date. Okay, all right, but that's good. I like that. What's my biggest expense right now? Okay, job cost materials, payroll expenses. Okay, I'm assuming this is the current period. Let me pull this up. Let's do this year to date, this fiscal year to date. And let's see, let's not do this by month. Let's do the whole period because I think it's using January through February 8th. Let's look at expenses here. And the biggest one is payroll, 9,307.16. That's accurate. And then job cost materials, which should be here in cost of goods sold. And inside job expenses. Yep, 12,528.14. That's accurate. Okay. Not bad. Let's see, what else can I ask? Can you give me all my financial ratios using both the balance sheet and the P&L? Let's see if it'll do that. I can only do partially. Why? I have access to the P&L, but I don't have access to the balance sheet. Come on, people. Why would you do this to me? Only P&L, not the balance sheet? If you want me to proceed, pull the balance sheet and calculate ratios. Wait, so it has it or it doesn't? I have your P&L, but I don't have your balance. Okay, it doesn't have it yet, I guess. Okay, let's say pull my balance sheet. Let's do this. Let's say do this. Let's see. Oh, I can't pull the balance sheet. Okay, the connector doesn't have access to the balance sheet, period. Okay. Do you know which customers owe me money? No, doesn't have that data. Okay. Which vendors do I use most often? No, doesn't have that data. Other than the P&L, what else can you do? Let me ask that again. Other than the P&L, what else can you do? Okay, I can do QuickBooks data or simple exports. Okay, I can generate a cash flow statement. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Go ahead, do a cash flow analysis. Let's see. Let's see what it does. Okay, just a cash flow report. All right, that's something. Let me view details. It's a cash flow report. Okay. Try to put myself in the shoes of a business owner. Explain the cash flow report to me in actionable terms. Be brief. Just tell me what I'm supposed to do. Let's see. See if I can do that. Okay. Do the following. Tighten collections immediately. Do not grow your revenue without controlling your AR. Standardize payment terms. Delay new asset purchases. Use excess cash strategically. But do you even know if any customers owe me money? I know customers owe you money, but I don't know which customers owe you money. Okay. So it does have accounts receivable. Okay, give me whatever number you have for accounts receivable. I find that curious. It can't pull the balance sheet, can't pull a balance sheet report. It can pull the AR number that increased to the flat cash flow statement. That's not my total receivables, just a slight increase in receivables through the month. Okay, well, I guess, okay, that's not bad. Let's do one last thing. Go in my P&L for last year and give me 3 suggestions of things I can do to improve this year. Let's just ask it a question that it should be able to answer. Let's see. Okay, I gotta generate the report. Okay, based on your 2005 P&L, reduce reliance on subcontracted labor, stop treating design like a side product, and fix your capital structure drag because you have a lot of depreciation. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use pulling a report from QuickBooks and putting it in ChatGPT normally. So I'm just gonna export the PDF, put it in ChatGPT to see if it actually makes a difference of pulling the P&L from QuickBooks, asking ChatGPT about it versus using the connector to see if there's any advantages of doing something like this. So let me export this as a PDF. Okay. And then start a brand new chat. Let me just duplicate this so I don't lose the history of it. So let's duplicate the chat. And we'll kind of start over. And then I'll upload that P&L. And let me ask you the same exact question. I'm going to copy this and paste it here to see if it suggests something similar. So to see kind of if I get a different answer from pasting a P&L versus using the other one. Okay, so let's see. So the original one was reduce reliance on subcontracted labor and reprice it, stop treating design as a side product, fix capital structure drag. Let's see what this suggests. Tighten control over your subcontractors, okay, against total income, significant set of revenue, renegotiate rates. That's the same, that's consistent. Second, review depreciation and finance structure, because my depreciation is high. That is this fixed capital structure drag. And the third one, address revenue leakage through pricing discipline. Sales support income is negative. That suggests returns, write-offs, billing issue, time per invoicing. Okay, so it actually, one of these is different. So this suggestion was for me to, do more design, and this one is to kind of like be careful with refunds. Interesting. Okay, well, I don't know what to say. This is very exciting. Obviously, this is version 1.0. It's very exciting to see this. If I can't get transaction details, that's not too exciting. If I can't modify or import data, that's not too exciting. If it has all sorts of restrictions, like it can't pull the balance sheet or know how much do customers owe me, do I owe vendors, that's not exciting. I guess they released this so they can claim that ChatGPT and QuickBooks talks to each other, and that is true. To the extent that this is useful, that I'm going to spend any time doing analysis here instead of some other context, I'm not sure. I'm going to try importing some transactions because it did tell me that it told me that it could import some data. So let me see. Via this connector, can I import transactions into QuickBooks? And what kind of transactions can I import? Let's give it one more chance to see if we can do any data import. You can import transactions to this connector, upload a CSV file, paste the data correctly. It can do income transactions, expense transactions, cost of goods sold transactions, bank style transactions. Each transaction must include, okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to grab this here. I'm going to start a new chat. I'm going to say, I need you to create a sample CSV file with a whole bunch of transactions. Let's say a bunch of expenses. Do 20 expenses. And then I am going to paste the format. So date, description, amount, positive, income, negative, optional, account name, account type, project job name. Okay, I'm going to put that in here, and it's going to make up some information. It doesn't have my customer names or my vendor names. It doesn't have the account name. So obviously it's not going to work. It's making up some information that might not be useful. So I'm going to go into back into QuickBooks here. I'm going to go into my export. And this is just to help me create a file. Let me export my customer list, my vendor list. Let's just take away my employees and my vendors. Let's just keep customers and vendors. Let me export that. Okay. And let's also export. Let's export my chart of accounts, which doesn't seem to be here. That's not good. But let me export it maybe from the actual chart of accounts. Let's go into chart of accounts and let's export that. There should be an export, but okay, run report. And then we'll export this into Excel. Okay, let's go back into here. I'm going to upload. Let's upload the account list. And let's upload the, oh, okay, there was a lot of stuff in here. Let's upload our customers and our vendors. Okay. So, pick the expenses from the chart of accounts that I put in there. Pick the name of the payees from the vendor list, and then the project and the job name from the customer list. Let's see. So we got like a nice little CSV. Okay. So we got a CSV that in theory could be imported into QuickBooks because it has an actual real account name, real customer name, real vendor name. Because I have to create a import sheet, right? I didn't have one handy to do this, so we can test it. And at the end, it could be a flop. We'll maybe doing all these fancy things to create a sample export file, and then the thing might go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I hallucinated. I really can't import transactions. I thought I could, but you need to go into QuickBooks and do it there." So we'll see what happens. Let's wait until it creates the sample file, and then we'll try to do an import. There we go. It's creating something. This is probably going to be useful. Okay, it's got dates. It's got vendor name. It has accounts. Seems like we have everything we need here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this data set. I'm going to go back into my connected, and I'm going to put here, I have a list of expenses ready to go. And then I'm going to paste them in there. Okay, see if it does anything. So that's stuff that would fit into a spreadsheet quite nicely. Actually, while it does that, I'm going to go ahead and put it into a spreadsheet just so we can see maybe contextually a way that this will look easier to kind of understand exactly what I'm trying to achieve here. So let's forgot how to expand these things. Data, text to columns, and let's put comma here and finish. Okay, so that's what the data set looks like. So I got a date, a payee, a description, an amount, an account type, which really not that important. This one might even confuse it. And then we have a project and job name. Okay, I'm following the instructions exactly as it told me. Okay, look, this will import 20 financial transactions into your QuickBooks account. Okay, this part is interesting. Let's go to import transactions. And I'll take back some of the stuff I said about this being kind of useless. If I can import transactions, that's a whole nother level. And that's actually pretty cool for version 1. Okay, they've been imported. Oh, look at this. No errors. Okay. You can run updated P&L. Okay, let's see. Let's go back into QuickBooks here. Let's take a look at our historical transactions. I assume these are all it. These are probably all it. Let's see, 130. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Category, unapplied bill payment expense. Okay, that's a random account to use, but let's see if this is one of them. Let's see, 130. Yes. Yes. But it grabbed depreciation. So it didn't grab the right account. So for some reason, I had the right account, depreciation expense, but it grabbed unapplied bill payment expense. Let me type depreciation. See if that's there. Okay, so I just made up the account. Okay, let me try another one. Let's see, let's grab the second one here. Utilities water. Okay, so that was on 113. Okay, so 41211, but job expenses per. Okay, so it's making up the accounts. What on God's name is happening? So it's not using the accounts that are in here, which I find that interesting. Okay, I'm a little bit confused here. Let me do a advanced search. Let me look for transactions between. Let's see. Okay, and last modified. So that's not today's date. Yeah, let me sort this by last modified, descending. Yeah, this is today's date. Today's February 8th. So these are all the transactions that were entered. All these were entered through my spreadsheet. Okay, so I'm using this spreadsheet to bring all these things in here, but I'm worried that they're going into the wrong accounts. Let me grab this one. So this one's going into rent. Let me look at my thing. So this is 127 bond expense. So it imported. It got the right amount. It didn't put the payee name on it. It just put that in the description, and it did the wrong account. Let me tell it. Okay, transactions were imported, but the payee was missing from each of the expenses, and also the account that was chosen during the import was not the same thing as my table. What could have gone wrong? Let's see if it understands exactly what happened. Okay. Limitations on how the QuickBooks API works. Why the pay is missing is because our import endpoint doesn't support. Are you kidding me? Intuit? What the hell? Okay, and the second one is, if vendor tracking is important, no, but why is my account mismatch? So if your chart of account is slightly different, okay, I get that. Maybe account type messed it up. Let me see. Can you delete the transactions that you just created? No, you can't delete them. Jeez. Okay. Let me delete those. Give me a second. I'm going to turn on my handy write tool, which I use to get me out of trouble whenever things like this happen. I get into trouble. Let me turn on my delete feature. Okay, I got to turn on batch delete in search. Okay, let's go back into our search here. And let's delete me sort these. Okay, all the ones that were modified, changed and modified today. I wonder if there's a filter for change modified. Is this a thing? Let me try to see if there's a filter for that. Filter. Okay, there's not one for change modified, so I just have to be careful. So let me go bash delete or void, and I need to stop after Diane's outer shop. So let me select all. Let me not delete these other things that were there already, and click on delete selected. Get rid of those things, and then I can kind of start over and try to import again. If you're wondering, Write Tool is a completely separate thing. It's an add-on that you can add to QuickBooks and do things that QuickBooks just not designed to do, like batch deleting. Okay, let's go back. Let me refresh this search again. Okay, there should be no transactions created today. Good. So February 4th. Perfect. Let's go back in here. And let's copy this. Actually, let's go into the spreadsheet. Okay, let's get rid of, I have a feeling that this column here is messing things up. Not that one, this one. Okay. And I'm going to type up here, expense account. Expense account category. So let's just be really dumb on that. And we'll call this customer project name, payee, here vendor / payee. See if that helps. Okay, we'll try this. We'll see if this is any helpful by slightly changing the data set. I don't think it'll make a difference, but okay. Import this. Before doing it, confirm which fields you will use. Let's see if we can analyze the data before importing it and kind of tell me, okay, I'm going to import this, not import that. So date, okay, date is map, description is map, amount is map. Okay, look at this. It says account name must match exactly chart of accounts. Okay, yeah, I have that. Project name will be the project name. And I would not do vendor payee. Okay, I know. And I will not send the account type. Yeah, I don't think I put account type on this one, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So confirm. Confirm. I apologize. This is like watching paint dry sometimes, because you probably can use a formal data import software that you pay for to bring those transactions in. You know, apps like Sasant, Transaction Pro Importer, even WriteTool can import this data. But again, I'm testing, you know, what this 1.0 connector can do, and I want this to look good. I want this to showcase true usefulness, right? Because Intuit announced they invested $100 million in AI or whatever it is. So I want to see this to be actually functional, because otherwise, what the heck is the point of, you know, putting all these millions of dollars into this technology if at the end of the day you got to wait 5 minutes to do something? Okay, let's do the import. Or when it does it wrong, or it misses information, which is not an AI problem necessarily. This might be just like a problem with the developers, right? That maybe they don't get the right people involved. Maybe they don't test it. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Again, this is version 1.0. I'm also a software developer, so I give them some grace. But let's see. So 20 transactions were posted. Okay, let's see what it looks like now. Let's go back into our search again. Let's go and search transactions for January. Let's go to apply. Okay, there's my transactions again, but they were imported February 8th. Perfect. Let's go. Let's open this one. So this one's same problem. Utilities, water. Come on, people. I'll look at my spreadsheet again, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't utilities, water. That was City of Bayshore, and the account was repairs and maintenance. Actually, not that one. No, it's 412. Jobs, permit, and licenses. So it's not reading the category. It's not recognizing the fact that it didn't. Let me see. Accounts match exactly. Okay, it says the accounts. So it thinks that it did it correctly. And the projects and jobs are correctly assigned. Let me see if that's true. They're not assigned either. Okay. So you got to see it for yourself. I'm not necessarily going to criticize it. I'm going to say, good job at releasing 1.0. Good job at making this available for me to test, to play with it, to see the usefulness of it. And Intuit, if you're watching, get on it. You know, like version 1.1, 1.2 needs to be useful. Otherwise, to be honest, it's kind of embarrassing. It's just not useful. I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty, it's cool, the P&L comes up, but it's just not useful. So what's the point? And shame on you. You have my cell phone, you have my email. I've been doing ChatGPT stuff forever, and I've been using QuickBooks stuff forever. I didn't even get the courtesy of saying, Hector, you want to check this out? You want to see what this looks like? Or Hector, here's $1,000, $2,000. Let's spend a week working on this. Help us make this tool useful. No, crickets. You didn't even try. So I can't get excited about something that doesn't work. And I need you people. I'm a shareholder and I'm a user. I need you people to build stuff that works. Otherwise, we're all going to get very jaded about AI. Accountants are already jaded about AI. We're jaded about software companies that promise this, promise that. And then you release something that kind of doesn't work. Not good. So I will root for you when you do 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and it's actually useful. I'll make more videos about it. But for the time being, just don't create so much excitement on your announcements if at the end of the day, it's just a big flop. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, add some comments below. Tell me what else you'd like to see, and I'll see you in the next one.